Hi, this is Imogen from Lucky Mutts, and today I'm doing a video on brushing. Before we start, I'd like to talk about the fact that I've now got a new yoga mat on the floor. I'll probably be adding a few others, and this is for comfort for the dogs, but also it's a good way to place them when grooming if they're not comfortable with the table. That means that when she comes onto the mat, she knows that she's going to get groomed. Hi, sweet pea, I know. So Mabel here is welcome to come and go as she pleases. She doesn't have to be on the mat, but she knows if she comes on here, she will have some sort of interaction with either a brush or scissors or something like that that involves grooming, and she will also get rewarded for that. Now this is very good for dogs that are nervous of tables. However, Mabel, as you will see, is very happy to get on the table. Yes, good girl. Mabel is very happy to be groomed. She's also very happy to be brushed, aren't you, Mabel? Good girl. Yes, you're not bothered by brushes at all. Good girl. Should we do it on the mat to help people see? Come on, Mabel. So, now she's back on the mat, I will talk you through the first steps. First of all, with a puppy and with nervous dogs, you don't want to come at them straight with a brush and start brushing them. That can be very scary. So the first thing you want to do is literally just show it to them. Okay? Just show it to them. Okay? That's good, isn't it, Mabel? Oh, have I dropped the treats? Yeah. Yeah. You see it right next to them? Yeah, I know. I know. The other good thing you can do is you can take a few treats and you can use them around the brush, so she has to interact with it. Okay? Good girl. Good girl. That's very good, isn't it, Mabel? Once they're confident with the brush, the next thing you can do is start to touch them with it. So I'd start on areas that they're fairly comfortable with, and again, giving them rewards for it. Don't brush them yet, just touch them, or if they're not even comfortable with that, just start getting closer with it, closer. And then again, she gets a treat. The closer it gets, and then again, you can touch. Then you can go on to brushing. Now, first of all, you need to choose your brush carefully, especially for dogs with sensitive skin. For nervous dogs, dogs with sensitive skin, well, just all dogs really, I really recommend a bristle brush. It's not too rough on their skin, they won't react badly to it, and it won't pull on any mats and hurt them. It also won't scratch at their skin. So, yeah. So I'll do one brush and then Mabel can have a treat. Do one brush and Mabel can have a treat. Yes, you can. Well done, Mabel. Yeah, clever girl. Now, you will need to do areas that they're more sensitive with their legs separately. So, touch, good girl. It was a bit of a slobber, wasn't it? Yeah. Touch. Good girl. You do a touch. Good girl. And then what do you think if I brush it? Good girl. Clever girl, Mabel. First of all, with that, you want to use a comb, which I have over here. Again, same with the other brush, you need to get them used to it. So, should we have a bit of a treat all on the comb? Yeah. The comb's not scary, is it? The comb's not scary. Yeah. Now, be very careful with the comb because this one will catch on mats and you don't want to pull through and yank at them. That will hurt the dog. So, what you want to do is make sure you keep the comb at an angle. You don't want to go directly down, as again that can scratch and damage the skin. So at an angle, you want to go through, and as you can see, it does actually catch a little bit on Mabel. It's not going through completely, and as it's not going through, I'm not then trying to pull. I'm just pulling it back the way it came. Good girl, Mabel. Good girl. So what I'll do with that is, firstly, we can go over it with the bristle brush, but you can also use a pin brush, which the balls on the end will protect the dog from scratching. So we'll go over that a few little bits, won't we, Mabel? Yeah, and maybe check it with the pin. Good girl, Mabel. Well done. Well done, Maybelline. And now, do you want to have a little look with the comb to see if that's made any difference? Good girl. So yeah, it's still a little tight, but it's definitely loosened off. Now, partially why you find that happens is because when I brush straight down like that, I'm only getting the top layer of fur. So you can use both together. You can use the comb to separate the hair. So you can separate the hair and then do the underneath layer. Then you go down a little bit, pull that bit up, okay, and the next layer. Down a little bit, separate it out, okay. Down a little bit, separate it out, there. If you're struggling with the comb, you can also use your fingers. So here, my little finger, separate a section out, so you can actually see the skin underneath. I know, Mabel, do you need another treat? Good girl. Being very patient with me, aren't you? Good girl. So again, use treats to reinforce that this is something they want to do. This is a fun thing to be interacting with. So, good girl. So yeah, use your fingers, make sure you can see the skin, then brush a little bit out. Brush a little bit out. You can use your little finger, well, any of your fingers really. Make sure you can see the skin. Brush, brush. There we go. Make sure you get all the underneath layers. And you want to see with the comb now? Straight through, no problems, no catching. Absolutely perfect, no mats. This works really well on long areas like her ears. So you see with the fingers, I can take off a top bit here. There we go. And just do a bit of a bristle brush, and then that bit is sorted. Then we want to get the next little section. Next little section. Good girl. Okay, next little section. Okay. And do you want a nice treat for that, Mabel? Good girl. Next little section. Okay. Now, I will finish the rest of her ear later, but just to show you the sections that I've already done, you can go over them with the comb, and as you can see, the comb will go through them completely without catching on anything. So yeah, you'll keep going further and further down, because as you'll see with the bottom layers that I haven't gone through, the comb is catching. So I will continue and finish with the rest of her ear later, but that is the technique you want to use all over her body. Well done, Mabel, so patient. The last tip to give you before I go is just to say, rather than overwhelming the dog and also finding it's a really big job by brushing all of the dog, what you can do is break it up into sections. So, for example, you can decide on a Monday, I'm going to do her ears. On a Tuesday, I'm going to do her legs. On a Wednesday, I'm going to do the tail. On a Thursday, I'm going to do the body, so on and so forth. So it doesn't become a big job, and also they don't have to sit there for long periods of time. They will get overwhelmed and will struggle with it. But this technique will prevent any pulling at mats and prevent mats from occurring, and if they do occur, the bristle brush and the pin brush can get them out very, very gently without hurting them. Thank you for listening, and I hope this helps.